Oh my god.
This is America.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Forthright Podcast.
Welcome to Autism.
Alright,
Good job.
they're muted. Go on.
Okay. Today we're going to be talking about ironically, the psychological, sociological, and many other effects of technology, how it's rotting our brains and our society from the inside out. Someone's messaging me.
Also to clarify, it's not ironic. We're not ironically talking about the topic. It's just ironic that we're talking about it.
Yeah, well, it's ironic because we're going to be playing a game while talking about it. Anyway.
On the internet.
How about the first thing we could talk about is how it's making everyone fucking lonely. What do you guys think about that?
Well,
It's not making anyone lonely. People
I wouldn't
are just
say that.
lonely.
Because the entire world is at your fingertips, but it's so far away at the same time.
I've heard that argument, Harish, but at the same time, like, the thing is that the way it works psychologically, because your ability to, like, prune your messages and say what you want other people to think, basically you're making your own self-image so that people become so obsessed with self-image that they, like, only spend time doing it rather than being around other people and, like, having real conversations with them.
Even if technology
with
didn't
that-
exist, they would still do that. It's a fucking
Well,
mindset,
with
not
that
technology's
explanation,
problem.
It's,
Do not speak over me.
Sorry. With that explanation, I wouldn't even call it loneliness. I would call it more emptiness and narcissistic.
Yeah.
They're all very
Because
well correlated, though.
people are so consumed by the attention that they get online that's like what they live for, basically. Like, for example, even I fall victim to it because I'm so ate up by getting attention on Discord with my server and everything. I mean, I put so much effort and time into trying to get my server out there.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's the thing that, like, you'll never actually meet these people in real life, so there's never actually going to be any sort of mental benefit to it more than just, like,
And
a
at the
physical
same
level,
time,
or a service level, I mean.
it also has nothing that we do online has zero tangible value.
Exactly.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Well,
I mean,
It's pretty
It
close
has-
to zero.
what exactly am I gaining out of running
Well,
a Discord server?
okay,
Discord
okay.
isn't all of technology.
I wouldn't say it has no tangible, yeah, but it's just, like, different than what it used to be. And it's not something that, the human psyche needs, though, is what you're gaining from it.
Right.
Because, again, it's just creating narcissism and, like, self-centeredness
Well,
because
okay.
of that creation of self-image.
Let me put it this way: it would be different if I would get more. I would get more satisfaction out of running, like, a community program or something than I would running a Discord server.
The problem is
feel
not
like
everyone
Any
can.
other online community, for that matter.
Well, it's not Discord's problem, it's your problem.
I think it's more, well, there's more of an
That's what we're talking
unexplainable
about.
sort of part to it, but it's like, it is just more endearing to do things, like, in real life. Oh, fuck, I'm down. That went super wrong. Okay. But it's okay, we're good. I think a lot of it, like, I get that, like, yeah, sure, people are lonely before, but we have to look at the statistics here. Like, what % of people are lonely versus how it used to be before? And does it add up to be the same, or is it disproportionate?
I
Can we
don't think
point
it's
out
any.
that technology is correlated? Go ahead.
I don't think it's any different. I think it's just more apparent.
Well, again, but what does the statistics show? And I'm not saying that I've actually looked at these statistics because it's probably not something you could easily find. Although I do recall when I was looking through research for things, there was, like, a general happiness scale that I did find for human
Right.
beings,
Oh yeah,
and that
that's
has
super
gone down
reliable.
significantly.
I've read several studies, but I don't have any actual numbers to back it up. So
Yeah.
Just some random happiness scale is super reliable, my dude.
Well, it's like psychological studies though. It's not just like people blowing shit out their
Yeah, it's
ass,
not
dude.
some kind of BuzzFeed quiz.
Yeah,
or
they
something.
have ways to
Not
measure
someone
this.
just saying, "Are you happy?" No. Okay, there we go. That's one down to another person
Yeah.
to ask.
Have you ever heard of
Do you want to
empirically
die
keyed
today?
tests?
Ever heard of what?
Empirically keyed tests.
No.
So
Yeah,
essentially, what
I
they'll
have.
do is they'll find a question that correlates somehow in some way with what they're actually trying to measure, and so a test will instead ask that random question rather than what they're actually trying to measure, in order for there to be no biases involved in the thing that they're actually
Nope.
trying to measure.
Yeah, and they'll take that into account with the other combinations of questions that you answer.
Yeah, it's very much like, I think it's still kind of an evolving thing, because obviously it's going to be a little bit inaccurate, but at the same time, if it is accurate enough, then we could have like a whole breakthrough of like psychological studies, because we essentially have found a way to make it to where no one's bias will get into the way of what's the truth behind our minds.
One thing I do think is that there's a lot less of a community, like a local community influence, because we're so connected to the outside world now.
Yeah, well, the thing also about technology is that it doesn't teach us how to have face-to-face conversations. So, in that I mean, like, how often do you personally think about just like walking up to someone, even someone that you associate with like more than a singular basis? How often do you think about walking up to them and just talking to them, like, and just being friendly? You know, I think it's becoming less and less nowadays.
Honestly, I try to put myself out there, like just talk to random strangers
Yeah, well, it's person
like,
to person, but
in IRL.
we're mostly talking about people that are like largely affected by this. Not necessarily. I think there's definitely groups of people that are completely unaffected by the fact that, my God, I keep getting down. Unaffected by the fact that like technology is taking over, because so many people don't use it for anything other than a tool of just communication to get from point A to point B, that sort of thing. But people that
Right.
use it excessively for social media, and well, it's really social media that's the biggest issue, but I think excessively for any sort of media in the text that is meant to like relay information, that
Well, you
that
said-
being used excessively.
You said something about being less of a bias.
Yeah, well,
Um,
that's not necessarily related to the technology topic, but essentially, like, if people know that they're being tested, there's a pretty good chance that they'll try to go against the grade of what's actually true, just because they want to be
Okay.
different, I guess. And that
Okay, well,
purely
on the
speculation,
topic
but
on the topic of bias, I will say that I've noticed personally, and I've read a lot of studies and stuff regarding this. The media has become more skewed due to social media, specifically.
that's another topic all in
Because,
itself,
like,
really.
Facebook, I'll just use BuzzFeed as an example. They'll just post a headline like,
That's completely fake.
eating oranges gives you cancer, and then all of a sudden, the mass majority hates oranges.
Yeah, well, it has to be more than just BuzzFeed, because everyone knows they're fake news now. They literally
Well, I
just
know
do
that,
not
but
deny that they're
like I
fake
said,
news.
it's just an example. But like
Yeah.
any kind of
They
somewhat,
control the minds of the people, though. It's pretty
CNN
obvious.
Okay, CNN is a better example. CNN can go out there, like the whole Black Lives Matter movement was started solely just because CNN started crap, because traditional media is dying, so they're trying to get as much attention as possible.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, they're just
So they're
oversensitizing things.
staging riots, and they're making up news stories.
Yeah, they're
just to
essentially
get attention.
something also that one of my teachers noted the other day when we were doing just random class stuff is that when they oversensitize things, it actually makes us fear things that like are unrealistic. For instance, like things that Americans fear, like school shootings. How often do they happen? Although it's a lot more often than it used to be. It was like 1 in a million before, but now I mean, it's more commonplace, but it's like it's just examples of things that don't occur very often, but they oversensitize it and they like review the crap out of it to the point to where people think, well, this could happen to me because I saw it on TV.
Like the whole swine flu epidemic.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't nearly as big as
What was it called? The fucking
Ebola.
Ebola. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
That was a
Yeah.
massive fucking
Like
overblown
2 people
adventure.
in the
Yeah.
U.S. died
You have to
because of it.
And everyone thought they'd get Ebola. Like
Yeah.
that also goes to display something else that I wanted to mention, which was the high level of complacency that's taken place as a result of oversensitized media and people just thinking like whatever they say is true, you know, or
Right.
at least not being conscious about what they're trying to put out there. So because we're fueled with a sea of information that the internet gives us, people have no they have no motive to actually go look up things for themselves. Like why should I go and find out what's the truth and what's not when this news media can just tell it for me, or what which obviously is just what they think is right. But to normal people, that's just like it's just that's what's right because they said it, and why would they lie?
It's actually starting to become a meme. Like if someone lists off like some bizarre fact, and you're like, "Where'd you get that?" Facebook, and they're like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah,
But
pretty much.
But I've actually made it a habit and kind of made it a point to like if I see something on Facebook, I'll go and search it and see if it's true or not. And I usually like to confirm it with like 2 or 3 sources before I claim it as fact.
The worst problem I think is that there's the term racist facts is kind of a thing now, and just think of that for a second and then realize how fucked we are.
Right.
Essentially, like, people don't want to look at the actual facts anymore. It's more about just emotion than society has ever been before because of the oversensitization, just general.
And it's not just the sad part is it's not just these news sources. It's also people too afraid to step out of the majority because it's because so many people fall in line with these false facts. That I mean, everyone's too afraid to admit they're wrong.
Welcome to the idea, the lemming principle by Pierce.
Yeah, but the lemming principle like falls under a lot more people than we think. I feel like I know like Josh is a great example because he just follows anything anyone says. But
he's a deviation. He's not deviation, but I guess
he's like an
I'd say a
extreme case.
subclass.
I would say he's just an extreme case of what already occurs in society on a smaller scale. But the thing is that everyone kind of tries to follow the norm, in a sense, and when the norm is changed by people in power, and those people in power are trying to tell you the wrong things for their own merit, that just is going to fuck up society as a whole. Which that's the problem with technology, you know? Like, we can't look up things for ourselves. We can't verify what's true. I would also argue there's a lot of sociological aspects behind why technology is so fucked up. When, again, friend groups are like much different than they used to be before. Go ahead, Rob.
Right. Oh, I just wanted to tell a quick funny story regarding the swine flu scare. So when the whole swine flu thing was going on, I was either in the 4th or 5th grade. All right. So I got in trouble because one day we were in the library at school and I was going around going, "Hey, do you want the swine flu?" And then I would cough on him. And I got in so much trouble because of it. It was funny.
Dude, you're gonna give him the swine flu. Oh shit, I might... Yeah, revive me, else we're gonna die.
Well, that's why I wanted to extract earlier.
Yeah, I thought we could have lasted longer. I didn't realize that no one's gonna revive me.
Daily reminder that Warframe is funded. God damn it, Mike.
Stop.
Daily reminder: Warframe is funded by the education system.
Okay, Erish spam 1.
Damn it.
Yeah, and that's how you win. Yeah, I should have brought that here. I just wanted to use a newer frame so that we could, you know, so I can get mastery. That was obviously a stupid mistake.
Anyways, we were talking about technology.
Brain. Oh fuck, I have a headache. Anyway, I would say just friend groups in general have changed a lot than they used to be. I don't really know. I'd have to think about that, how to express.
They're definitely
what
a lot.
I'm thinking, but
They're a lot less personal.
yeah. Like, oh, here we go. So I think friendships nowadays are more about having connections rather than relationships. So essentially, we're obsessed with the idea of what number of friends can I have in this allotted amount of time, which is proven by the Facebook and how most people have, on average, like 200 friends, 250 friends, while the human being or the human psyche can only take in about 150 people's relations at the same time, which is like a psychological thing. I can go. It's from a TED Talks I can cite later, but
Yeah, I know exactly. I know what you're referencing.
yeah,
It's definitely like that for some people, but for others, it's not really about that at all. I guess it's a case-by-case thing.
it is. But
But for the majority, it is.
for
more
the
like
majority, though, because the majority use that social media, especially Facebook. Like, do you know how many people use Facebook?
Well,
Yeah.
at the same time,
I
one
don't know,
thing
I
that you
really
also
don't know
got to
anyone.
take into
Very
thing that you-
personally. Sorry.
one thing you also got to take into account is that there was a study done by some college, whatever, and it's theorized that we're actually able to take in a lot more socially because our day-to-day lives, like cell phone numbers and directions and all these other tedious little things that used to take up space no longer do because of cell phones and
Yeah.
like smartphone technology. Because I mean, how many phone numbers do you actually know by heart?
A few.
Exactly.
One.
Well, that consolidation has to do with like instant gratification, though, which is another problem that society's run into a large amount because people are so
But it
obsessed.
also, I mean, it also has its benefits too, because even though we lack, you know, the ability to memorize numbers in emergency situations and such,
The
I mean,
benefits
we are
exist,
also
but we
able to
don't
fill
use
that-
it in the right way for it to
Right.
actually benefit us. It has more negatives than positives. But what were we gonna say?
I was gonna say it has the potential, like we could fill up that space that's no longer being used with other things, like other knowledge.
Yeah, but do we?
The majority, no.
Yeah, exactly. But as I was saying, it's all about the here and now for everyone because of that instant gratification. If they press a button on their phone, they get this thing that they wanted. When before you had to like go to the store, you had to like go to the bookstore, or I don't know, just you had to go and do something, spend time to do something. Like even for instance, like people could even draw this all the way back to the industrial age, how things were starting to be changed in human society. Because if you think about it, like everything that we did before that took a large amounts of time, cutting wood, preparing food, stuff like that, all of that has been consolidated to shorter amounts of time for the sake of what's quote-unquote convenience. But at the same time, it's made us so drastically different that we can no longer think like farther and farther into the future. We're only thinking closer and closer to the present, to the point where some people I know don't even actually think at all. They're just thinking about what can please me now, and that's it.
Excellent armaments.
Instant gratification.
Please
Yeah,
return
exactly.
covered in
And
blood.
it's really sad that I actually know people like that. They're
Oh,
literally
no,
just
a
humans
ton.
of instinct.
Hmm. And they become very impulsive too, like
Yeah.
super impulsive.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's not like we could just remove all of this technology, but at the same time, at least something can be done. I think that current politicians are too ignorant of the situation to do anything, or would do anything, because Jews. they
So
wouldn't
on
change
the-
it for the world.
On that same note of instant gratification, do you think because everything is instant, do you think that could be one of the causes of the uprise in drug addictions and other addictions?
Because it's a pleasure seeker.
That might
It's
be
just
because
like-
of loneliness too.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
the
mean-
loneliness thing.
That is a massive factor in it as well.
Well,
But I'd
everyone
say
needs
more-
like a crutch, I think, for life, or at least a large amount of the population. And they've always gone to things like alcohol, I think. But at the same time, there was more of a social aspect to it before, because people helped cope with life by each other rather than just, all these different things that people use now, like hard drugs, the internet
I think,
constantly.
I think there's always been a drug and an alcohol problem.
Oh yeah,
obviously.
definitely.
But I think
just a
the
human
reason
problem.
for the cause has changed, because it used to be back in the 30s and 40s, it was because all the men had gone to war and they learned to cope with the terrors that they
Yeah.
had seen with alcohol and drugs.
I would say
So-
it has nothing necessarily to do with the specific time, because we had moonshiners back in the 1800s who went against the law just for the who went against the law just for the fact that they wanted this thing because it made them feel good. It's a
Then
human
they
nature issue.
also
not
got
as-
They got buku bucks off of it too.
You gotta
Yeah.
get the fucking tank, dude.
Yeah, but it's a human nature issue and not necessarily a.
So on that same note, you could say that technology just enhances our human nature.
definitely. It makes
More
like the
vulnerable.
bad characteristics come out just a horrible amount. Also, we're back in the game if you didn't know.
Oh, okay.
It's just all the ease of access, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's easier than ever before to get the stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't think that technology necessarily created these problems. It just made them more
Not all of them, but
right.
like some of them, yeah. It definitely created them. Again, I think the biggest one is
the social problems. Definitely, that's definitely.
the information.
Yeah, because we used to, as a human race and as a society, we used to be more open with
We live
each
in a
other.
society.
But
Belarus.
like for example, I know that communities used to be more open, and neighbors used to actually talk to each other.
That actually reminds me of a great topic. So I've gone to my grandpa's a lot, and he will tell me stories from before the war and stuff like that. My great grandparents used to own a shop during the Great Depression. It was pretty neat, them telling me all these stories, and it's pretty endearing to listen to them. But one thing that's always stuck out to me from this story is the fact that every time he thinks about the 1950s and before, he gets really sad because of the fact that no one trusts each other anymore. Like, people used to have their doors unlocked and their cars unlocked and their purses in their cars, and they wouldn't care because no one's going to steal it. It's against the law.
And you also used
That's
to be able to
literally
let
fake
your
news, but okay.
When the United States
Well,
was founded,
No, I promise
can-
you,
I
because
can
he has
confirm
specific
this, 'cause
cases.
even when my dad was a kid, he told me that, like, I mean, it was a completely different time because parents used to just let their kids roam and they didn't have cell phones or anything. There was
Yeah.
less of a safety net, but they took more risks.
Yeah, and there was no problem with it because there was just less and less cases of, like, humans
I mean, I'm
not
not-
trusting each other.
I think that the
It also
danger
helps
was
that
still
more
there,
people
but
lived far away from each other. Everyone
Yeah, I
now
think-
crowded now.
I think because of there's more of a population and things are more transparent to us. I mean, there was child molesters and serial killers back in the 50s and in the 80s and all
I
that
mean,
stuff. But
that's certainly
because
true.
of technology and because of more communication, with the outside world, we're able to see those dangers more clearly.
That's definitely
Because-
true, but again,
because-
statistically.
I'm not done yet, you fucking dick.
Okay.
Don't interrupt me. Jesus.
Fucking homo
Because-
gang.
A lot of people, kids used to get molested, left and right, same as they do now. But I'm not going to say every kid gets molested, but I mean, about the same amount per capita was getting molested as they are now.
Can you confirm this
But it's
though?
just no, it's more of an observation than actual hard fact.
If anything,
I would say it's
child rape
disproportionate.
might have gone down with the more ease of access to like child porn and shit. They can channel their perversions
also,
a
if you're-
different way.
Also, if you're a sex offender, you're literally put on the map.
That too.
Yeah.
That helps.
Well, I still think we should like have the viewers look up the statistics on their own, because I can't confirm or deny like either side, obviously, and neither can
Echo
you.
brackets viewers. Go on.
Yeah.
Implying we have viewers.
Implying it's not just us refreshing the page.
Got him. Got ourselves, Deb. Okay, but still, I would lean towards it's disproportionate to what it used to be. And again, we have these anecdotal evidence at least to confirm the fact that people don't trust each other, So what's different? What's changed?
I think that's regional,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's-
It still depends on where you live.
Yeah.
Like people in suburbans are more trustworthy than if you live in a rural area or if you live in a big
Okay. But my
city
grandpa has
or-
lived in this area his entire life.
it's full of small communities,
Hey,
and
Reese,
small
can you cut that out?
communities traditionally small
Yeah.
communities traditionally trust each other more.
Do you do you trust everyone in your community? Do you feel like you could walk out in the streets, especially near the jail, where in our town? Don't mention our town, by the way.
Yeah,
and
I used to roam the streets among the meth heads and hookers.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking dumb. Don't fucking do that, you retard.
You're fucking
And not-
retarded,
Yeah.
man.
Not always by myself. I mean, I would, but with my friends, we
Yeah,
would
that's-
hang out at gas stations. and,
Well, with someone else, sure. I rode longboard with Dion, and it was fine, but still, it's like there's still a level of fear associated with it, and
and there always has been, and there always will be.
regardless, like, can we not definitively say all the same that like people have lost a level of trust with each other?
No, I think it's always been the same. Nobody trusts anybody. It's human nature.
I think it's always, yeah, exactly.
It's
Okay.
I'm gonna
autistic
say
to
that-
trust people that you don't know.
I think
I think
that might be.
you've been watching too much of like, what's that one show? Fucking, what the heck?
You've been watching too much 50s TV and listening to
Yeah.
old men with their rose-tinted glasses.
Yes.
I mean, the latter is fair, but the first is not.
It's just it's a joke mainly.
Yeah, maybe.
What the fuck is the name of that show with the happy family?
The Brady Bunch. I don't fucking know.
Yes,
No,
the
wait,
Brady
what's
Bunch.
that?
You've been
No, there's
watching
another
too much
fucking
Brady
show
Bunch.
from the 50s.
Show with happy family. So like all of them?
The Andy Griffith
No,
Show.
Yes, that's
Roseanne?
what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
That's the
Andy
one I was
Griffith
fucking
show is pretty
thinking
good.
of.
The mildly depressed family.
Okay, then.
So, have you been watching too much of the Andy Griffith Show, Nibba?
To be fair, I have seen it a few times recently, but no.
I love that show.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. I guess I'd have to think about it more to defend my case.
What about Gene Wilder? Can we just appreciate Gene Wilder?
Yes.
How about we appreciate All in the Family with Archie
How
Bunker?
about we appreciate Bob Ross?
How about we not appreciate
how about we
any
get
of them
back on
because they're
topic?
dead?
Ouch.
He'll always be alive in my heart.
Yeah, he's alive in my heart.
Well,
He's
your
paying the
heart's
claps.
dead and cold, so...
Ouch.
I don't know that.
Fucking dab.
Reinforcements available.
Okay, this time we can
Do you
battle for
choose
sure.
to leave now
We'll be
or
fine.
continue fighting?
Okay.
Oof.
Oof.
Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Arish gay wall.
Your mom, Gaylol.
Ooh. Okay, no more shit posting. Oh, the second topic we're going to talk about. How the
Wait, we're
fuck
on the
do videos,
second?
like,
I thought we were on like the fifth.
well,
We shift
this is an
goalposts
actual
a lot.
wholly,
Alright, let's go
wholly
on.
different topic. How the fuck do videos like Despacito get so many views?
Because of
That's
That's a
that's
meme.
not a
Because-
fucking topic. That's
because-
that,
no, no, no,
literally
no,
I
no,
can
no.
explain
No, no,
that
no,
with
I can-
one
I
word.
can fix this.
Spix.
No, no,
Spix.
I can fix
Is there-
this.
Spix.
I can
Is there
fix
like
your
2
topic.
billion sticks on the planet?
Fuck,
I can-
what do you think? Yeah.
YouTube
I can-
algorithms
hold on.
and
Hey,
memes.
everyone, shut the fuck up.
And
I can fix your topic. Why? All right. So instead of just Despacito, we can broaden it a little bit and talk about why is pop music so popular, and that's because of feel good,
Pop in the name.
good
Yeah,
fifi.
feel good.
Yes, good fifis. People don't want to be depressed when they listen to music. Well, at least normal people do.
or angry.
Yeah, normal people want to just feel nice when they listen to music.
Like real men.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
I think
not,
it's because
using
times
anger.
have changed, and that can also be related back into our first
Well, no,
topic.
because
which
all the
is
popular
technology.
songs throughout history have always been happy, feel-good songs, even when it was big bands,
You're listening
disco.
to
Okay.
Yeah, but jazz can be happy too if you do it
Have you
right.
ever,
bebop,
Have you ever
yes,
heard of-
but not like
have you ever
ballads.
heard of the Police?
I have heard of the Police.
Their number one song is about a stalker. Their number two
Yes,
song is
yes, there's
about-
going to be outliers. Good songs are going to be listened to.
It doesn't
But
matter the
in
subject.
overall,
is good, but it's over-
The happier
yeah.
songs are going to win more. Because
Yeah.
they make you feel, even if the topic is depressing, if it sounds happy, then people are going to want
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
okay,
That's-
I
that is a good
I
point.
can
Yeah.
get behind that. Yeah.
Like fucking, like
If
that
it's
song
depressing,
about jumping
if
off
it's
of a
popular
bridge.
Then
Or
that's
Pumped Up
fine.
Kicks.
How? Why?
Pumped up kicks, yes.
I wouldn't say pumped up kick sounds very happy.
Or that
but-
Kiss
That
song
does.
about the
has-
fucking their fan
has a
that got
feel-good
killed in a
vibe
drunk
to it.
driving.
I'd say it
like
has a
it's-
feel good vibe to it, yeah.
I disagree.
It's upbeat at least. Maybe not happy,
Yeah.
but it's got an
Pumped
upbeat.
Up Kicks makes me feel good.
People don't
Yeah.
even listen to lyrics; they just listen to the tune and assume
Yeah,
it's
man.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty hilarious actually because of what the lyrics mean.
There's
All
like
the
super
other
popular
kids
songs
with-
out
Oh, like
there that are
Electric
like,
Avenue. That's a good one. For that example, that's about like a riot or something.
What is the song about actually?
It's about like a fucking riot.
Oh really?
Where yeah, I'll look it up. Hold up.
Also, the song "Who Let the Dogs Out."
What is that about?
Letting
Fucking,
black-
World
people
War
out of
II
jail.
propaganda?
Dog pill me.
Like something random and weird.
Who let the pit bulls out? It's a terrifying story of how a bunch of children were genocided by pit bulls in the town.
Yeah, Electric
Not small
Avenue.
children.
Electric Avenue was about a
Damn.
riot in like England.
Oh.
the song "Zombie" by the
Right.
Cranberries.
What's that about?
It's about riots and shit.
Okay.
Oh, the best is the
No.
song where they're like, where they're talking about like a guy jumping off a bridge. I think I mentioned that actually. Never mind.
Yeah.
And then
It's-
there's
it's a good
songs
one, though.
like, what about the Cops theme song?
Cops?
I don't think that's real. I
Bad
think
boys.
that has a very
Bad boys,
obvious
what you
meaning.
gonna do? Okay.
Bad boys,
Not relevant. It's not pop.
That's
What you gonna do? Boom, bang.
That one isn't hiding any dark meaning. I think it's very obvious what it means.
Oh, round on brigade.
alright. You just
Okay, time to stop.
fucking alright. Yeah.
Oof.
Listen
Bad
to
boys.
Crown.
I tried so hard, but I got down.
That song has a happy meaning to it
No, it
because he
doesn't.
killed himself.
Literally stop.
But it doesn't even matter.
But in the end,
Yeah.
why aren't you Nazgul gang?
True, Lamau. I don't know. Like, still, I don't get how, like, 2 billion... Wait, how many views does Despacito have?
Oh, I'm gonna go check.
Oh no, This Is America has 100 million.
It has
It's not
5
even-
million.
5 million? Oh.
Wait, no, is that
Yeah,
5 billion?
5
This is
billion.
America.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
That many people don't even have access to internet.
5.1 billion views.
What the?
Okay,
Yeah, that is
that's
5
fake
billion.
That's
news.
okay. That's bullshit.
That's fake.
That's
that's
a
fake
that's a
news.
bunch. I'm calling at least a good fucking 2 billion.
Yeah, there's
Well, hold on.
definitely.
Fake news.
There's got to be like double accounts. Or
Either the
something.
majority of the human race has watched this, or it's bots.
I don't
I'm pretty
believe
sure
this.
It's bots. Come on.
Yeah, that many
no,
people doesn't
or-
even have
or
access to
someone-
the internet.
or someone with the proxy.
No one is putting that much effort into it. It's bots.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
everyone in Africa has a phone now.
Everyone in Africa
Watching
loves
Despacito, just Despacito.
The only thing they're allowed to ever view in their lives is Despacito.
Despacito.
No, that's the secret. That's the secret behind North Korea. Their sole purpose is to watch
Stream
like, pop-
Despacito. No, just Despacito.
Yeah,
That
that's
would be
the
a
only
good meme.
reason they have computers.
It's the reason why they exist.
That's the only video that
Pretty
they
sure
can watch
North
on.
Korea does
on-
not have access to computers or internet.
They do
I
have
mean,
computers and
there's
internet.
one
It's
Famicom
just not
bio-
the
Yeah, they
normal
do.
internet. It's North Korean
Oh.
internet
Oh,
with their own
It's the
OS
best
and
internet.
stuff and websites.
Awesome.
nice. I didn't know that actually. How do you know this?
And it's only.
I've
it's
looked
only,
into North Korea a lot.
Many years.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And it's only staged too. I mean, it's not even confirmed that they use it on a regular basis.
No, it is. If
It-
you're in like the capital, I can't pronounce it. Then
Yeah,
you can get access to
Yeah,
it
but they
fairly
only-
easily.
They only like have them there when tourists are there, so
No,
that
dude,
they
they-
go.
they have
hey, look,
libraries,
we're
mate."
normal."
Wait,
I
people
think-
actually
I know.
can tour North Korea?
I watched
Yeah, dude. There's
a
an
video
entire
of
tourist
some-
country, or not country. There's an entire tourist company based just entirely on getting people to visit North Korea.
No, I watched a video of a guy who snuck in a camera into North Korea during a tour, and it was showing what the tours looked like, and it looked super staged.
Yeah, sure. I totally
Yeah.
believe some random American with a camera. Totally not set up fake.
I mean, they can
Okay.
both be set up fake, though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Why the
believe
fuck
the
would I
North
trust
Koreans
an
before the
Why the fuck would I
imperialists.
trust a North Korean?
imperialists.
Why would you
I
listen to the
trust
Jewish
the North Korean
imperialists?
government?
Why would I trust Asians?
Got him. How would you trust Gooks?
Why would I trust
Asians are
Russia?
way more trustworthy than fucking Jewish puppets.
No, I don't believe
Honorary
you.
Aryans.
I mean, Chinese are the East Asian Jews.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
This is
That's
confirmed
objective.
by our based Gook in the Reich.
Anyways, back to how North Korea is number one. I am a
No.
supporter of North Korea.
They're communists though.
They're not. Juche is not communism. Juche is literally
Uh,
National Socialism.
I wouldn't go
Juche,
that far.
Juche preaches Korean supremacy. Fuck off.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it National Socialism.
It's
though.
basically National Socialism.
No, it's not. Fuck
It's
no.
ba-
It's
fucking
Strasser.
Kim Jong Il is
Strasser.
basically.
It's fucking Strasser.
No, yeah, okay,
Base.
okay, Strasserism. I'll
Kim Jong-un.
fine, I'm fine. Not
We'll
Kim
agree with
Jong
that?
Un.
Alright.
Kim Il
He
Sung.
doesn't even run the country. He's a figurehead. His mother.
Oh yeah, Kim Jong Un. Fucking. Fuck off. Just fuck off.
His
Got him.
sister runs the country. Yeah.
That's fine. She is a QT.
God damn it, Frau.
She's a literal
Alright, man.
QT though.
Go back to your fucking ponies.
No, fuck you. Go back to your vaping and your child porn and every other libertarian thing you have.
Oh.
Child porn.
Yeah, all
Yeah, yeah,
libertarians.
libertarian.
What if the child consents?
What
I
if the
missed that
child
memo.
consents?
I didn't know that
though?
was okay.
Libertarians
Yeah,
all watch child porn.
libertarians.
Sorry,
Libertarians are okay
lolly
with anything.
hentai. Total difference.
Yes. Totally
Oh,
different.
okay. Yeah, that's
You would know.
completely okay.
Fuck. You're banned.
I fully support this.
You're gonna ban the sun?
Yeah.
Alright, how long have we been going for?
You're gonna get cold.
39 minutes.
I can go
no,
off
no,
now
no.
if you want.
Dude,
Do you guys have anything else to add?
No, not really. Can we
Okay.
address the SQ?
As
The
big
Josh
question.
question.
yeah.
No, the
what's-
SQ.
OPP question?
Fuck off. Stop trying to shill your server.
Seriously, stop trying to shill your server.
I'm trying to show your server on my podcast then.
Ooh.
Man,
no,
I
you-
was only on there once, and I didn't
what's-
do any
what's the SQ?
spic question.
Oh.
Don't
Yeah,
gas the
exactly.
Spics. No,
Yeah,
actually,
like-
do not gas the Spics.
I'm-
Spics are good, didn't do
Gas the
nothing.
spic. No,
I'm
no.
the
We
one-
Did quite a bit
No,
wrong.
I'll have you
actually.
know I'm 29% spic, so...
We need to bring back
That's
the
right.
Mexican Empire,
56%.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I'll actually support
No.
that.
led by
Bring back-
Habsburg.
Bring
we
back
have to
the
genocide the El
Aztecs.
Salvadorians.
We need to
Yes.
bring back Bolivar's Empire. Grand Colombia needs to return.
Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
What?
Bring back
They made
the
it funny.
Aztecs.
Wanna
We
die?
need to bring back the Brazilian Empire. Actually, no, fuck that. We need to bring back the United Kingdom of Portugal, Brazil, and the other one that I can't
Oh,
remember.
no, that makes
Azores?
me sad.
Yeah, that one.
The Azores.
Yeah, that.
What?
That's a real thing.
Makes me-
Yeah, the Azores are a bunch of fucking islands.
Yeah, and it became a United Kingdom with Portugal and Brazil.
Fuck Spaniards.
The Portuguese
Why are
are
you guys
Spaniards.
so bad at this game?
Yes, they are.
They're not Spaniards, they're Portuguese.
Crypto Spaniards.
Yes.
Honest, just bring back the Roman Empire.
Connect. Let's talk
Bring
about
back Eastern
cryptocurrency.
Rome.
Just bring back
Should,
Rome.
should
Bring
everyone
back
invest,
cryptocurrency.
Construction is ready.
No.
should everyone invest in
No,
cryptocurrency?
No.
that's retarded. That
I
is
got- I got
absolutely
shotgun
retarded.
proficiency.
Connect.
To evacuate.
Invest in it if you want to lose like everything you have.
Yeah.
What am I
No, that
gonna
thing
do?
fucking tanked the moment they try to centralize it.
It's literally just a meme.
It has
Keep
no value in
correct.
relation to
The
anything.
only
I would-
value it has is on like drugs and red rooms. If you're into some
Yeah,
fucked
that's a
up
red
porn, cryptocurrency's for
Okay, okay, what's wrong with that?
you. Literally everything, you
For
fucking
fuck's sake, you
degenerate.
libertarian faggot.
You actually
Josh was
absolute
right about
degenerate.
you.
Josh seriously was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Josh
you.
did nothing wrong. And that's why he's not here with us anymore.
Well, now he's
Yeah.
a
Too good.
libertarian faggot.
We gassed him.
Gary Johnson did nothing wrong.
Where's Aleppo?
Oh, and also he's
Oh, shit.
actually, you want to just stop the recording now?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
come on, just do it.
I'm gonna keep.
Alright,
Okay.
but I want to talk about Josh.
Nigger!